Okay, guys, how many times have you been to a Chinese restaurant, had the most delicious bowl of fried rice, and you're like, how can I make that at home? Today's video is the answer to that. This is what you're going to need for this recipe. 1 cup of cooked rice, preferably day-old refrigerated white rice, or brown, or whatever you wish to use. 2 eggs, 3 long green onions, or scallions, cooking oil, salt and pepper, and soy sauce. So those are the ingredients you need for this dish. Okay, guys, step by step, we're going to prepare this recipe. So I washed my 3 long green onions or scallions. And as you can see, I'm chopping them up pretty finely here. And even if a couple are a little bit longer, it's okay because we are going to be cooking them down. But we use the entire onion, so right to the top. So 3 onions actually makes a lot of little scallion bits. And here they are, all chopped up. Now here is the 1 cup of cooked rice. Obviously, if you wanted to double this recipe, you would need 2 cups of rice and then just double all the ingredients. So as you can see, this just came from the fridge and it is a little bit hard. I am going to toss in 1 tablespoon of cooking oil. I prefer canola. For this video, I'm using vegetable because that's all we had on hand. I don't know. I don't really like making fried rice with olive oil. That's just a preference, though. And then I'm incorporating the oil into the rice just to try to gloss it over before I toss in the eggs. So what I'm going to do here is add the actual yolk. And there it is. And I don't put in the whites, but if you wish to use the whites as well, you can go for it. But this just really concentrates the flavor using the yolks only. And very carefully, I'm just trying to incorporate those yolks into the rice, mixing it up really. This takes like maybe a couple of minutes. As the rice is a bit cold, it's going to take a little bit of muscles here. And as you know, if you used hot rice, you probably would cook your eggs at this step. So that's why it needs to be cold rice that's been refrigerated, or just cold rice. So as you can see, a couple minutes later, it is mixed. And now I'm going to add a generous heap of salt and pepper. This is to your taste. If you're doing low sodium, obviously skip this step and then just twirl it about. And then into a deeper frying pan, I'm adding a capful or 1 tablespoon of cooking oil. Again, I'm using vegetable oil, and it's on the number 6. So not too hot because I don't want to burn my onions, but warm enough that I'll be able to fry up my scallions or onions. So here they are, nothing too impressive. And this goes on for about maybe 4 to 5 minutes, depending how hot your stovetop is. I'm guessing on gas it might be a little different too. And there it is. And just that little amount of oil, it really works to fry all these onions. It doesn't take very much. And you have to be careful you don't add too much oil or you could ruin your recipe. So 1 capful I usually use, or 1 tablespoon, nothing more than that. And as you can see, we're getting a really good, it's really starting to come together. And at this point, you know, sometimes these scallions can stick together. You can always pull them apart, you know, just a little tapping motion I showed you. And then just a splash of soy sauce and just really eyeball it. It's obviously to your taste, but I probably put in 1 tablespoon right there. And then I put in half of my egg rice. And now I have to cook this to make sure that the egg gets cooked. And I'm going to put the other half in. Because I'm trying to eyeball as well the amount of soy sauce that I put in, was that in fact enough? And I know that my husband kind of likes this rice with a little heavier soy sauce taste. So obviously it's easier to put in less and then to add in more as you're going along. Because if you put in altogether too much from, you know, step 1, you can't take it away. That's the problem with that. And why I don't cook the scallions in the soy sauce is because I don't want to have that burnt taste. So that's why I put it in at the very end. So adding just a splash more, and again, I'm just eyeballing it. I want the rice to have this golden light brown consistency. And you're going to see that here in a quick second. And yep, there you can see that's the look that we're going for. And when the rice starts to stick to the bottom and it starts creating like a little bit of a crust, you could see it there in the pan. That's when you know your eggs and everything is cooked. And it smells really good too. My husband ran up the stairs. He's like, oh my gosh, I need a bowl of this. And as you could see a little bit of that stickiness there at the bottom. That's when it's done. And my husband, this is one of his favorite breakfasts. This is the consistency we're looking for too, guys. This sort of look. Definitely customize the amount of soy sauce that you want to put into this. If you're low sodium, or if you just like it sparingly, don't go as heavy as I did. But my husband will put this as the base of his dish, add a little bit of cheese, and fry up 2 eggs with a bit of sriracha, and he calls that breakfast. Sometimes on the weekend, when he wants something extra special, I will make this rice, and it's always a hit. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.